Well, good evening, folks. This is Lila with some bedtime stories that I'd like to share with you. And with me is Dee Val and our dear friend Tim von Pinnon. I'll be reading from Book 6, Your Dream Vision by Dwayne, the great writer. We will also discuss what's been going on in the previous chapter. So you're free to join in, please do, and ask questions about the reading. Thank you. As a new student lays their head down on their pillow at night, the real guides take care of a lot of the various attachments that hang around a person and alleviate them by the time one wakes up in the morning. This is a gift of the true reality, to provide assistance to those who look to it. Because of all of us are part of the all is. Eventually, the real guides arrange for the new student to have their first stages of becoming more aware in their dream vision. All headmasters, such as Gerald and Durwood, are from the lower astral masters, such as Gerald and Durwood, are here in the lower astral masters and are not able to succeed any further with their real realm. And are the membership and followers, because they have been banned from entering into the higher levels, as they have decided to have people worship them, just as the gods of man have with the unaware centuries. There are multitudes of headmasters on the earth who support the gods of man and what they imply. All of them play it supposedly safe with their agreement to the rep system, so as to not walk the boat, and they, by doing so, keeps them as followers with the dualistic forces. The real guides do not hold favor to anyone. They stand with the real, true reality, that all is real. Just like the Superman who does not make deals, the real guides are not concerned about the politics of others, nor will they yield to the power play of arrogant and ignorant humans who, just because they have money and possessions or so-called status, they feel that they're special in some ways. All that a person owns will soon leave them, and they will be once again wandering through life and searching for real truth, which only the real guides have a real connection to people who follow politics and religion. They do not want truth, the real truth. They want to belong with others who are lost and marketed with pretty words that only sound good. When a person wants real truth, they will run from all the systems on earth and find real guidance. Then, and only then, will they discover that real truth and real freedom is. In a person's dream arena, the real guides provide the new student with what Paul called self-realization. This, where a person becomes aware for the first 5 levels of the psychic realm and their involvement. Here is when one stands at the top of the lower realms and is able to look down upon creation and over the top of the gods of man and perceive a remarkable new view of all one has been through. Soon after, there is a most wondrous experience of all, the entering into the real universe, the seventh level, where there is no darkness or evil, and all the authorities of the earth are forgotten forever. This is the first stage of beingness. Eventually, those who have the great courage and heart to go all the way come into the most astounding awareness of all, the great reality, the true source of all that is. The real position cannot be described in any way, but only perceived. Very few will reach the top of the mountain of the is and see it as it is, because it is far too real. All of us have gone through a vast amount of experience to have been able to come into this day and age. And as we are establishing our new life each time around, we are in a new set of situations that involve many complications. And so it is not uncommon for certain people to have a complex about dealing with others, and especially large groups. I know it took me a lot to build my confidence over the years as I went out and did presentations in the public on what the real guides had to offer. Going out in the public and setting up lectures is one thing, but to present something that is not common to most is a big task to take on. I went through a lot of attitudes with people as they sat and listened to me and were not always sure as to what I was presenting to them. As I watched the audience with each presentation, I could tell how they were responding. At times, I could see people fidgeting and moving around in their seats, and sometimes taking notes and handing them to their mates. There were a few times when I finished the talk. Then some people would jump up and run out of the place. All of what I have done is a huge step of courage, because it's for sure that was not my nature to be in the public eye. And so many who have a shy streak in them will often dream about being something and someone they look up to, such as one of the presidents, or a sports hero, even possibly a character from the past, such as Napoleon, or Cleopatra, or for those with the medieval in them, Genghis Khan. I always seem to dream of being Superman, as it was my destiny. Much of the human race looks to heroes of some sort, but when all are compared for what they really do and are, the real universal guides are the real superhumans, far beyond what anyone has ever done here in the presence of the public. The average person likes to think of themselves as a particular light or with a sense that they have been brought up with. They see themselves as free thinkers, which is what they regard as the right way to see things, no matter what the idea involves. But what is not seen on the surface from the human view is that all thinking, no matter how supposedly divine, creative or divine or censored thought, they're all censored. Most people do not really listen when the conversation or communication is taking place. They are usually too busy assuming and dreaming in their own mind either what they want to hear or what the outcome of the involvement will be for them. I work with all sorts of people, and because I have had a lot of experience relating to others, I've learned to listen to every word a person says, and at the same time, listen to what I'm saying. It is very true that most people do not listen to others, and especially what they themselves are saying. Here again is why most people do not understand their dreams, or even want to, because they can in no way understand it themselves. And quite frankly, they do not want to relate to someone such as themselves. And so this is why a lot of people constantly criticize others, when instead they should be doing wonderful things for themselves, first of all. Then they will be a shining example, just like the sun. I find that the majority of people start assuming ideas around what I'm presenting to them. I like to use the sun as a representation for the all is, as it shines upon all and asks nothing in return. It simply shines and provides so much. The reply I usually get is something like, oh, is this some form of meditation or one of those Eastern philosophies? Or possibly like what's his name and what he wrote. Have you read his books? Here again, who is really paying attention? Okay, that's a good, I think this is really great. Did you have any, Tim, do you have any answers for this or opinions or ideas?
Oh, sure. It's something how I feel thankful that I'm not involved with any of the religions on this world anymore, and I'm thankful too. I don't know why the phone is saying 60 seconds. How the real guides are dissolving our, whatever you want to call it, karma for us, helping us while we sleep. I don't know how many million lives we experience or go through. I guess we're each different, but it doesn't look like it's almost like a person would waste their time trying to share with people in religions or politics, like Dwayne was stating, that they don't really want to know the truth. So it's not something to force on them. If they don't want it, why even try?
I'm on the studio, yeah, I just counted down to like 0, so I wonder if we're still on the air. But I don't know. We'll keep going.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's the first time I've ever heard it have that countdown. I don't know why.
It's usually I have set up for 90 minutes, but it counted down to 0, and so we'll see. We'll just keep going with it. Yeah, it's people are not willing to go there. They just don't see anything here with what we're doing, and they're not willing to play the game, to take the risk, to see something beyond. It's really kind of humorous in a way, or sad that it's just something that a person really needs to make a decision to want to get out of their restrictions, basically. So, and I think it's also another topic interesting that Harold and Darwin are astrophysical teachers. I mean, they're that, you'd think of them as higher than that, at least I did in the corporation, but they are really gone down to that level now, the astral level, because of what they've done, misguiding and misleading their followers. And I know that Darwin, who was the former Ek master in Ekankar, he came to, this is after he passed on, he's now in the real side, but he came to Dwayne one time asking for help because he didn't know basically where to go with himself. So there you go. You can. We encourage people to go to the real side to really see what's going on, because that's where you can see people's intents and really gather information and knowledge that you can't in the physical. So utilize the dream state. It's a wonderful way to gain experiences, and then from that gain the recognition, the isness.